How you guys doing? I had a good day. I was with my niece yesterday. I like babies. You know what I like better than babies? Though, is not having a baby. That's a good fucking feeling. I stay out drinking. I sleep in. I confidently walk back to overheated cars. It's a good life. We call babies miracles quite a bit. I've never heard you call an adult miracles. Just babies, right? We have a baby, we're like, it's a miracle. Then it grows up and we're like, never mind. A baby is not a miracle. Two people fucked. It's not miraculous. Winning the lottery is a miracle. You would never win the Mega Millions jackpot and be like, should we keep it? But my niece kept crying. I tried to get her to stop, and my sister's like, you can't get her to stop. You have to let her cry out. I was like, excuse me? She's like, yeah, she's at the age where she becomes dependent, so you gotta let her finish crying. That's very strange that we do that to babies. You can't even do that to adults. If you came to my apartment and my girlfriend was hysterically crying, I can't be like, it's cool, I'm training her. We're gonna nip this in the bud early on, because I don't like her feelings. She just got a vibrator. My girlfriend, not my niece. She got a vibrator and I got an Xbox, so we're done hanging out. It's over. I'm playing NBA 2K, she's playing with herself, but either way, we're both thinking about LeBron. You women are amazing, though, because you know what? You can fake an orgasm. You can. But you can't fake a good mood. That's impressive, right? You could tell me I'm the best you've ever had, but you can't smile once at a family picnic? Come on. Where are those oh my gods when I need them? You women always try to change me. My girlfriend's trying to change me right now. It's annoying. You know that Billy Joel song, I Love You Just the Way You Are? A woman would never write a song like that. If Billy Joel were a woman, that song would be called You Are My Project. We'll see where this goes. And I said, stop trying to change me. She's like, I'm not trying to change you, I'm trying to improve you. You know what having a girlfriend feels like? You know that thing in your iPhone that's constantly asking if you want an update? That's what it feels like. Girlfriends are constantly like, hey, do you want to get better? And I'm always like, remind me later. I don't do well single. I need to be in a relationship. One time I was single, I'm trying to bring a girl back from a bar, and she was like, you're not going to kill me, are you? Clearly, I'm not projecting what I'm trying to project on this date if you're asking if I'm going to murder you. I was like, no. She's like, all right, let's go back to your place. I'm like, that's your screening process for killers? The honor code? And then when she got back, she's like, I know you're not going to kill me because of your career. And I was like, yeah, I'm not that successful, just so you know. So probably not the right thing to say. But you just say, no, I'm not going to kill you for future references. But I can't do it. The dating websites are too sad. Those like swipe ones. Oh my God. Weird. The photos do not match the occupation, by the way. You'll see a woman, she's like bent over with a finger in her mouth, and I'm like, financial advisor. I didn't see that shit coming. Spread eagle and lingerie. St. Jude's Children's Hospital? If you say so. I saw a woman, she used a picture of her as a baby. That's a very strange strategy. Is that the best picture you have of yourself? In a bonnet? I wonder if that's ever backfired horribly. Just some pedophile? No. Jackpot. This is what we play for. He shows up, he's like, you're 36? I thought you were 4. You can't get offended by that joke. It's the most hypothetical joke in the history of jokes that have ever been written. I was just in Tampa last weekend, and yeah, I'm not bragging. Pretty weird place. It's not awful, but the bad parts of Tampa are really bad. And I was in a bad part of town, and I'm drinking, and I'm leaving the place, and I'm calling an Uber, and as I'm waiting for the Uber, this guy gets in my face. He's like, "Give me some money." And I was like, "I don't have any money." He's like, "Give me some money, man." I was like, "Dude, I have no money." And he goes, "You racist motherfucker." Which that's not fair to call me racist. Racists think they're better than other people. I'm shit-faced in Tampa, outside a strip club, waiting for an Uber to take me back to a Holiday Inn. I don't think I'm better than anybody, okay? But, you know, by the way, some of you just judged me when I said strip club. I was in a bad place at the time, okay? Tampa. And I'm not a strip club guy. My friend asked me to go once. I was like, "I'm not going. Those girls are victims of sexual abuse. Plus, it's too much money." That's my stance. I'm like, I'm not going to take advantage of some girl's fucked up childhood. Not at those prices. So I'm waiting for the Uber, and this guy keeps going, "Give me money." I'm like, "Dude, I don't have any money." The Uber finally shows up. It's a Mercedes. I had to apologetically get into a Mercedes in front of this guy. And he was like, "That better be an Uber pool." I'm like, "It's not. I'm sorry again." It's an Uber X. I'm doing badly, but not as badly as you, so. I gotta cut back on the drinking. I was drunk, and I was peeing on the street, and this cop walked up to me. He's like, "You're not seriously peeing on the street." I was like, "No, I'm doing it ironically." He handcuffed me while my dick was out, so that it makes it look like I committed a worse crime than public urination. I've been handcuffed twice. That was my second time. I was 20 the first time in New Orleans, and I was walking down the street, and this guy's like, "You want a hit of this blunt?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." And I took a hit, and right as I take it, cops come out of nowhere, throw us on the wall, slam us, patting us down. And yeah, and the cop could tell I'm gone. He was like, "You seem very drunk, sir." And I said, "I'm fucked up." And he was like, "How much have you had?" And I said, "I've had a few too many." And he was like, "How much is that?" I was like, "You know, too many?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "It's a few more than that." And he did not appreciate how witty a comment that was for how fucked up I was, you know? I'm not saying it's a great line, but for that level of shit face, it's pretty present-minded, I would say. And he's patting me down. As he's patting me down, he feels in my back pocket, and he was like, "What's this right here?" And to this day, I have a joke book right here, always. And he was like, "What's that?" I said, "That's my joke pad." He's like, "What's a joke pad?" And I said, "I'm a stand-up comedian." And he said, "Oh yeah, we'll see about that." And that's when things really went downhill for me. He took the joke book out and he starts reading the jokes one after another to his partner while I'm handcuffed. And after every joke, his partner's like, "That's the worst piece of shit I've ever heard in my fucking life." So they did that for a while, pretty humiliating. They uncuffed me, they let me and the other two guys who I didn't know go. And as they walk away, they're gone. This one guy goes, "Dude, I had cocaine on me and they didn't search me because they were too distracted by your shitty jokes." So, yeah. I mean, it's a very white police brutality tale, I'll give you that. I understand there's harsher ones out there. They didn't hit me, but my ego was bruised to no, you know. But there are bad, you know, you gotta laugh, because there are bad things happening in the world, guys. There are. Babies are getting eaten by alligators at Disneyland. I mean, I know. I can feel you guys pulling back on this one night, but I'm going to follow through because I believe in myself. Don't worry. You're in good hands. That was a terrible thing that happened. I'm not going to, I mean, I am going to make jokes about it, but, you know. I don't want to come off like a wacky Republican, but I think if that baby was carrying a gun, he'd still be with us. What do you think? I care about that kid. I do, more than any of you. I watched the funeral on TV. Did you guys? When the mother came on and through tears said, "See you later, alligator." I was like, oh my God. That's one that even if you don't like the content, structurally, it's a pretty good joke. You know what I mean? I understand they're going to pull back on this one. I had an incident with that joke. That's why I told the joke. I had an incident that I'm going to talk about. I got an email. I told that joke in New York City at the Comedy Cellar, and a woman walked out furious. Her husband did stick around. He found me to be quite funny, but she didn't enjoy my comedy. Here's how she opens the email she wrote to the club, which I find this to be fun. Here's how she opens it. Okay, you want blunt? I'll be blunt. So you know some bad shit is coming. You rarely see that. You're like, you want blunt? I had a lovely evening at your club. Thank you. A disgusting person, Sam Morril, that's me, by the way, if you haven't been paying attention, took the stage and spent the first 2 minutes of his act disrespecting Lane Graves, the 2-year-old child who was murdered by the alligator at Disney. Murdered is a weird word choice here. That makes it sound like the alligator was paid to do it or something. Then afterwards he went to a payphone and was like, it's done. I have never been so repulsed by someone. I immediately left and stopped to tell your staff why. This is my favorite part. They followed me to make sure my drinks were being paid. That makes me so happy. That this is like a low point of her life, and they're like, look, those Coronas are not free, so take it easy. I would expect all human beings would be offended by a sicko making jokes about a 2-year-old baby's tragic death, saying his mother probably said later gator at his funeral. Even in text form, the joke holds up, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Look, even out of context, it elicited some laughs. I've posted about this on every social media account I own and asked people to share it. The comedian himself replied to me to say, pretty strong act, huh? That is true, I did do that. She goes on for a while, I'll spare you the rest, but she does end it by saying, I can go fly a kite, which is pretty hurtful. Fly a kite. That's your worst? Recreational fun? I'd love to fly a kite. That sounds like a pleasant afternoon activity. That's like saying you could go take a paid vacation for all I care. I think she needs a vacation, though. I do. And I'm going to pay for it for her whole family. Disneyland on me. That's what I say. Thank you very much, guys.
Keep it going for Sam Morril.